Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to my first video of PsychItUp. So, as this is my first video of PsychItUp, I think it's only appropriate for me to talk about introduction. Have you ever met someone new in your life? Or just looking at their picture in social media such as Facebook, Instagram, or even Tinder? When you just met them, what do you think of them? I mean, you don't know anything about them, so how can you even judge them? Do you look at how they dress, or their smile, or their hairstyle, or maybe the hypnotic color of their eyes? Yeah, so intentionally, you will think about their personalities from all those things combined. And as you may know, this is called impressions. I have tried looking about first impressions in YouTube, and all I found is only about makeup or how to make a good impression. Instead of those, I wanna talk about what is impression itself and how it impacts our life. So, how do you interpret impression? For example, look at this picture. What do you see? Well, you can see that he is wearing a suit. He has a good posture. And if you are looking at the very basic, he is a white man. What are these things? These are called cues. And when you look at these cues, you will then associate this with inferences. You might think that someone that wears a suit is legendary, or his postures make him look confident. Others might think that he is a douche and cocky. Every person will associate these cues differently, even only a small bit. For example, if he's wearing a red tie, some people think that they are romantic. But how romantic they are depends on what the person thinks the definition of romantic is. And also, while being a guy or being white doesn't really affect your personality, some people might decide to associate with something else that is either positive or negative. Additionally, your impression might be affected by the situation. For example, if you thought that this guy is a politician, you might think that, oh, he looks dependable. But if you think that he is a businessman, you think he is more savvy but less trustable. Your culture might also affect your opinion about certain stuff. Your culture might also affect your opinion about some aspects. Based on past research, generally, Western countries often infer the disposition that corresponds to an action, while Eastern countries tend to see the person within the social context. Of course, this doesn't apply to everyone. Now, how does first impressions come onto impression of the person itself, and why it is very important? I'll give you an example. Say you are a boss of a company and you are going to hire a new employee. All you get is the characteristics of two of the people that was interviewed, Andrew and Zach. And here are their characteristics. Now, which one would you hire? I believe most of you would probably say Zach. But try to look at their personalities once again. See the difference? That's right, there's no difference at all. They have exactly the same personalities. The only difference is the ordering of their personalities. Andrew starts with personalities that is generally seen as bad, while Zach starts with personalities that is generally seen as good. This concludes that first impressions act as a team. Your first impression will affect later information in light of the first impression and integrate it into a coherent whole. In 1946, a psychologist named Solomon S. said that we form an impression of the entire person, the traits, are perceived in relation to each other in their proper place within the given personalities. As you can see, the first impression is important as a foundation of someone's whole personalities. In addition to that, your impression about someone might also be affected by information given by someone else. If someone says that Mr. X is a good professor, you might think that his lecture is awesome. On the other hand, if someone says that Mr. X is a bad professor even before you go to his class, you might dislike his lecture even though they are the same lectures. I had my own experience about this. Hey, do you know, this teacher is really bad and he gave a really low marks. Huh? Really? Oh, no, I'm out. See, I did not actually went out like that, but during the whole class, I just despised every action that he did, even if it was something neutral. I'll be honest, it was not good of me for doing that. It's also a phenomenon called Malian Attack. This happened where high expectation leads to an increase in performance. Say that a teacher learns that student A has a high IQ. This will cause the teacher to care more about student A than the others. In the end, this causes the student A to perform better than their peers. On the other hand, the golden effect happens when a lower expectation leads to a lower performance. Hey, do you know what? That Jack is way smarter than John. Oh, I see. Good morning, class. Today we will learn about biology again. Hey Jack, would you mind taking your phone off your hand and put it in your pocket? Okay, whatever. Hey John, what are you doing? Wear your glasses. You cannot hear when you don't wear your glasses. Yeah. And the best performing student of the year is Jack. Thank you everyone. Thank you. And John, you can go too. So what can we learn from this? It's true that first impression is important since it can affect your relationship with someone else. But sometimes you are just at a very bad spot where you just give a bad first impression. Sometimes first impression might not be a good way to judge someone. And also at the same time, first impression is the foundation of someone's personalities. Meet someone that is really nice, but they were actually really down when you meet them. In my opinion, first impression is human nature. Do not change the fact that you will have first impression when you meet someone for the first time. Just remove your ability to have first impression. However, what we can do is to always judge your own first impression. Judge whether your first impression is fair, respectful, or wise. I believe it is very hard to do this because I myself still rely on my first judgment too much. But I believe if you keep judging your first impression, your association of a certain cue will improve. Be able to become more respectful and patient of someone else. How to make these associations more neutral so you can judge their other personality as a whole instead of the former affecting the later personalities. Of course, this doesn't mean that first impression is bad. Sometimes it is important to notice someone that is doing strange behaviors and avoid dangers. But that doesn't mean you need to get angry because you don't like them. That's all I have for today. Please give your opinions about these topics in the comment section below. Again, I have to say that this is not a fully educational video. I have made a lot of mistakes. I just have a basic psychology knowledge and I want to share it with you so we can discuss about this stuff, so we can make the world a better place. And if you like this video, please give it a thumb up, subscribe, and share it. See you next time. Bye!